We may have a little bit of news here in just a second. Yes, we do. Let's go to Frank Saravalli now. Some breaking news, potentially one, maybe even more signings. But Frank, what do we have?
That's right, Tyler. Brett Kulak is heading back to the Edmonton Oilers. You can breathe a sigh of relief if you're in oil country. Brett Kulak, such a great fit for Edmonton after the trade deadline last year. The Stony Plain native takes a peek at what the market looked like at free agency. I think there were a number of teams interested, including the Montreal Canadiens. I wonder about the Calgary Flames. Nonetheless, Brett Kulak going back to Edmonton, 4 years times $2.75 million. The market was pretty robust.
The D-man market for UFAs, when you look at sort of shutdown options, is not particularly deep. And for me, that makes it all the more impressive that Edmonton was able to bring back Brett Kulak and keep that AAV under $3 million as well. This feels like a pretty tidy piece of business, in my opinion, for Ken Holland. What do you think of Kulak coming back to Edmonton?
Yeah, so far this has been quite a nice little offseason for Ken Holland. You bring in Jack Campbell, you re-sign Evander Kane, you managed to get Mike Smith on LTIR, you have Duncan Keith retiring, the list goes on and on. And that was someone for whom I think we had a lot of questions going into this offseason. We had a feature on Daily Faceoff, which GM is under the most pressure. I picked Ken Holland, and here he is getting a lot of guys re-signed. And Brett Kulak, I think, is a really important piece. I think he's one of the most underrated defensemen in the league from a shutdown perspective. He showed up really well in the playoffs. And, he's sort of meat and potatoes. He's not going to wow you. That's sort of his job. If you're not talking about Brett Kulak after a game, I think it's usually a good sign for that type of defenseman. And I think the Oilers, if you look at the overall profile of the group they have, that top six, obviously it's going to change. It appears it's not done being shaped, but it can be a little bit suspect defensively. So to me, having Kulak still there is absolutely crucial.